If you ever get a call at 3:17 a.m., answer it and believe whatever they tell you. For the first time in my life, I was finally happy. I'd been dating my boyfriend Marcus for 2 years, and he was everything I thought I wanted. Sweet, caring, and he would do anything for me. At least that's what I believed until this week when the phone call started. I was asleep next to Marcus when my phone rang at exactly 3:17 a.m. I could barely open my eyes, but I reached over to answer it because I thought it might be an emergency. Marcus didn't even move. He was in such a deep sleep. "Hello?" I said groggily. "Marcus has a second cell phone. It's hidden above the shower. Move the loose ceiling tile. You'll find it there." The voice was quiet, almost a whisper, but it had a raspy quality that I didn't recognize. Before I could even respond, the caller hung up. I sat there thinking it must be some kind of prank, but it wasn't funny. If it was a friend, they knew my past and how being cheated on before had broken me. I decided to check just for peace of mind. I carefully got out of bed so I wouldn't wake Marcus and crept to the bathroom. I had to stand on the edge of the bathtub to reach above the shower, but I found the loose tile and moved it. I reached up and felt around, and at first I didn't find anything. Then I felt it, a phone. My mind started racing. I stepped down and turned it on, and luckily there was no lock. I went to the messages and found hundreds of texts dating back over a year with someone named Jasmine. They had even mentioned me in the conversations. "Sophie's at it again. She's always trying to start arguments, never leaves me alone," one text read. "You need to leave her, babe. I need you. I love you." I couldn't read anymore. Tears filled my eyes, and I ran to the bedroom, threw the phone at Marcus, and started shouting. He had no remorse, just asked how I knew about the phone. I kicked him out that night and told him never to come back. I called my sister Lauren, crying down the phone. She came over to stay with me for a few nights, and we watched movies and drank wine to help me feel better. I went to bed around 11 p.m. and fell asleep quickly, probably from the wine. Then again, I was woken by my phone ringing. I was still a little drunk and had almost forgotten about the previous night's call. I picked up the phone and saw the time, 3:17 a.m., the exact same time as yesterday. I started shaking and could feel my heart beating out of my chest. After what seemed like forever, I finally built up the courage to answer. "Hello?" I stammered. The line was silent for a second. Then, in that same quiet, raspy voice, the caller said he left something behind, under the floorboard, the third one from the wardrobe. The call ended. I called out to Lauren, but there was no answer. She must have fallen asleep downstairs. I paced around the room for a minute, then went and got a screwdriver from the bathroom. I knelt down in front of the wardrobe and counted to the third floorboard. It came up easier than expected, and there was a small bag inside. The bag contained an engagement ring, the one Marcus had told me he was saving up for, the one he never got to give me. I looked at it in disgust, thinking about what he had done to me. Then a small USB flash drive fell out of the bag. I hadn't noticed it before. I loaded up my laptop and plugged the flash drive in. On it were folders with multiple girls' names. I opened the first one, and what I found horrified me. It started with pictures of girls sleeping, and in some of them, Marcus was holding a knife near their necks while they slept. There were hundreds of these photos of different women, but the last photo in each folder was the same. The woman was laid naked on the bed with her throat slit, covered in blood. In the corner, Marcus was standing there with a sinister grin, holding the knife. Every single folder was the same, except mine. I felt nauseous and like I was about to pass out. The man I loved was a psychotic killer, and he was planning to do the same to me. There were pictures of me sleeping with him holding the knife near me, just like all the others. I was about to rush downstairs to Lauren when my phone rang again. I looked at it bewildered because it read 3:17 a.m. again, even though I had just checked the time. The same unknown number was calling. "He's here. Marcus is downstairs. He's about to come up." The line cut off and I dropped my phone. I heard the creak of the stairs with each of his footsteps. I panicked and grabbed the screwdriver, hiding behind the door. Marcus crept in and opened my door as quietly as he could. As he entered, I drove the screwdriver as hard as I could into his shoulder. He yelped in pain but didn't go down like I thought he would. He grabbed me by the hair and threw me to the floor. I looked at his right hand and saw the long blade that would cause my death. "You stupid bitch, look what you've done. I should have killed you before." Before he could finish, Lauren had woken up from all the commotion. She had grabbed a knife from the kitchen and ran upstairs. She saw Marcus on top of me and pushed the knife straight into the back of his neck. He fell down with a thud next to me, and I pushed him off and hugged Lauren, crying with relief. We called the police and were both taken to the station, where we were told Marcus was dead and that they would be investigating the women on the flash drive. That's where I'm writing this from now. So if you ever get a phone call at 3:17 a.m. from an unknown number, please answer it, and please, for the love of God, do what it says. If I didn't, I would be just another victim on that sick man's flash drive.